March 9th, 2013. Today I had the pleasure of climbing into someone's attic and pulling cable. Now, who would have thought 30 years ago, 30 years later, I'd be doing the same thing, climbing up into attics. I think that's kind of why I looked at electricity not being a longevity. Some of the I worked for Twin City Electric there in Yukon. Some of the guys got to, let's see, it was 10 years, and they finally got to the point that they were branching off and becoming independent. And at that time I was thinking, God, 10 years, do this for 10 years and then just get to the point that you're finally becoming independent. I guess that's why that when I did move to Minnesota and finally got my diploma and wasn't interested in staying in school and taking college courses, that Gordon suggested that I take some online courses. So I did take electronics. So I did learn like diodes and resistors and capacitors and welding, not welding, but soldering, small digital soldering. Also at that time took two other courses. These were just home study. So that the one was a mail-in course, the electronics, but I studied radio and television circuitry. So I knew what the inside of the stereo looked like. I knew what the inside of television, all its components and how it was put together, and how it made it work, and how to test the different circuitry, the amplification of that. Also took sound technology, about speaker placement, which was the best positioning in the room, right through the aptitude and longitude and the dynamics of speakers, the dynamic of the walls, the surroundings, and everything that affects and co-affects with that. Even though I didn't go into those specific fields, I know like some of the early when you do Comcast for the first year, touched on a lot of those acoustics and where you set up the TV and which part of the room, and they have the surround sound systems that you're going to be dealing with. So a lot of that stuff I got to use later on in life, even though I didn't use it at that specific time. What was some of the fascinating things that when Gordon had the optical and hearing, taking that little hearing aid, which is the size of a quarter, and cracking it open and looking at it, not necessarily underneath the microscope, but just with a good magnifying lens, at the circuitry. There's just three components. You had the microphone, the amplifier, and the speaker, all in one little thing. So it was just like a mini sound system is what it was. So it was very interesting to crack one of those open and see how it was made. And usually it's one of the three components went bad, or usually it's just like one of the little real thin hairline wires that was in there would corrode, come loose. It's impacted, and you got moisture and earwax and stuff would get in there and kind of plug up the circuitry. So it was interesting to see that you could apply yourself to different aspects in life. Like I said, 30 years ago, electricity, who would have thought? But it is something that I have hauled back on and really enjoy over the years. Just driving around today saying how much I like my job. But it's nice to be able to do something that you enjoy. I'm going to cut off a little early. Long week, exhausted. Ready for some rest. Got a nice luncheon with Georgia tomorrow. She's going to be having some surgery some spine surgery later next month, or the end of this month. But she's going to be down for quite a while. She's going to be bedridden and recuperating for several months. So she don't want to be bothered. So we're going to go out tomorrow and go have a nice lunch with Georgia. But this song, David Bowie, it came out in '72. So I should tell you, I should date that. It changes. David Bowie. March 9th, 2013.